I got the new iPad Pro and Apple Pencil Pro, and these are my first impressions as a calligraphy artist. Hello friends, it's Jackson Alves here. I'm a Brazilian graphic designer that works exclusively with calligraphy and lettering projects, and I decided to record this video to show my first impressions about the new iPad Pro and new Apple Pencil Pro as a calligraphy artist. I have seen some people talking about the new iPad Pro and new Apple Pencil Pro, and some of them was even asking why we would need a pencil with rotation sensors, the pen roll feature. I know this feature may not make sense for some artists, but for calligraphers the gyroscope may be a game changer and may be a good reason why investing in this tool. It's because in calligraphy we do a lot of pen manipulations to reach some effects. See the Roman capitals for example. We use a lot of brush rotation to create serifs. Now talking about the iPad. To tell the truth, I love the iPad and Procreate since the first time I used it, but only for lettering and illustration. I was not convinced to create calligraphy on iPad, especially because of these pen manipulations. So it took me some time to get used to it. Procreate made a good work when add the azimuth feature to the brushes, and that allow us to do some rotation on the strokes and create some great pieces. Another great feature was added when Apple released the pencil hover feature. To be able to see the brush contour and the angle of the brush before start writing is essential for calligraphy. These features were enough to convince me to start creating calligraphy pieces on iPad. And to increase the reality level, I decided to create my own calligraphy brushes. I'm glad I started because this way I could create this piece for the Apple event when they announced the new iPad Pro 13 inches and Apple Pencil Pro. If you guys haven't seen yet, watch this Apple event on their website. I love it. For me, the main reason why I decided to purchase the new iPad and the new Apple Pencil is because of the new possibility of rotating the pen. Unfortunately, now when I record this video, Procreate does not support the rotation feature yet. We need to wait for this update. So my first impressions are about this feature. On the native apps, they already support this option. I need to say guys, I'm really impressed with how precise this feature is. It feels like doing it with a real pen on paper. Unfortunately, I can't use my brushes yet because Procreate does not support this feature, as I said. So the letters you guys are seeing here still look kind of amateur because I can't get a sharp contour. But I think you already can see how smooth this rotation feature works. But what is the big deal with this feature? The barrel roll, the gyroscope? Like, we can use the brushes without the pencil hover feature, and we can already change the angle of the brush while we are writing even without the rotation feature. But look, talking about the pencil hover, it's possible to do calligraphy without this feature, but it's harder because you can't see the angle before you start writing, and then you probably need to try a couple of times until you get the right angle. So when you have this feature available, this makes your life so much easier. So now it's the same with the rotation feature, what they are calling barrel roll. We can do some manipulation, we can change the angle, but for this you kind of need to change the angle of your hand, and that makes everything harder. Look how smooth it is to do this letter effect if you can only roll the pencil inside your fingers and don't need to rotate your hand. For creating Roman capitals and some black letters for example, it's definitely a game changer. So my first impressions are, this new gyroscope and the barrel roll feature looks insane, and I can't wait to have this feature enabled on Procreate to make this happen with my brush pack. By the way, if you already got my brush pack, stay tuned because as soon as Procreate releases an update with this feature, I will update my brush pack for you with no extra cost. If you still haven't got my calligraphy brush pack, come on guys. You can support my work getting my brush pack, and I'm sure it will be a great feature for your work. Give that a try. Check out my calligraphy brushes and other products on my shop at jacksonalves.shop, or just follow the link below this video. And stay tuned for the new video review when we have the latest feature enabled on Procreate. See you soon. Peace.